Okay. Mhm. Are we live? Wow. Well, I think we're live. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so out of I'm so out of practice with StreamYard. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. So, oh wow. I apologize for wasting 3 minutes of your time. All right. So let's start. Let's start by being honest with ourselves. Okay. I'm not going to lecture. I'm not going to talk bad. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to do all the things that uh, I did last time when we launched Circus Masters Revenge, um, which was a great game. And I got a lot of I got a lot of bad publicity because of the way I responded to uh, non-constructive criticisms in the forum chats and Apple this and such and such, right? So I've I've been watching. I've been checking out the forums, um, and I get upset and I don't respond for a change because I learned from last time. And none of you who complain about something you don't understand, I guess. I don't know, but um, that's okay, you know. But just someone creating and sharing, you know, should be enough, but it's not. And I understand. I understand, this is my first time having my own team, uh, where I didn't have to pay a bunch of strangers to build something for us, and I won't fail. So if you think that MindShot project is a failure, it's not, because it's building something that's going to be great. Like I said in the description of the MindShot game on the App Store, this is a boot camp. This is a learning. The plan for MindShot was to make a game that uh, a visually impaired, a VIG, can play, and a sighted person could also play it if they had graphics, right? And yeah, I'm not going to claim it's perfect because there is such thing as excuses, which I won't use them, but uh, give a dude a chance, and I'm not begging for you to do so. So if you're upset that I launched a game that's not perfect, well, I don't have the money to pay for it to be perfect. And if you recall, I spent my own money to launch CMR, and I didn't make any money off of it because I gave it to you guys for free. And a little bit of in-app purchases over what, 5, 6 years now. Uh, yeah, that didn't add up to a whole lot. And program software writers are expensive, and it takes a long time for them to do their job. And you know, I'm the only one not collecting a paycheck. So all the money that came from CMR is gone. It went into MindShot, and I actually had to spend a little bit more than I wanted to. So it's not perfect, I know, but it's not ever going to be perfect. You know, I understand that from the circus master. It didn't come out the way I had planned in my design, my mind, and so when I tested it. It never met my expectation because I was, you know, because of audio defense and Papa Sangre, those games were brand new and the expectation was low and it blew us all away. So I I went into it hard and I tried to get everybody excited because I was trying to get us noticed. And then, you know, My True Sound came out with Gold Gun, and you guys crammed that. Not all of you, but a few. And then Purple Jam came out with Pitch Black, and you guys crammed that, and not all of you. But, you know, here we are again. And there's people on forums complaining about, things. And I don't know one app whether it's a game or something else on the App Store, a tool or music or a social media or whatever that gets it right on the launch. And yeah, I made mistakes this time. I wanted it to come out faster than it probably should have, but I only have one writer and one sound engineer and myself, and that's it. And you don't need to know about all the tribulations that happened, because it was supposed to be out a year ago, and that got finagled. So no big deal. We keep going, but things are good. Um, things are easy to fix. The things that are wrong that you guys are complaining about, they're easy to fix. So it won't take long. And plus, we caught some of the things that were issues before. Well, when Apple was still doing their review, so we already are we're a head start on some of the issues, and we're figuring things out. So what I'm going to do um, from here, I'm starting after this live. I'm going to uh, I'm going to start doing level by level, but I'm only going to do the train level. I'm not doing the courses because those are the hard uh, things you guys need to learn. But I'll give you a little walkie-talkie spoon feed um, through some of the training levels because I understand this is a new thing and the some of the instructions weren't detailed enough for you to understand how to explore on your own to figure it out on your own uh, just to get a hang of things. I didn't think that's what you would want because I that's not what I've heard before. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's a baby game, or it's stupid because you can't do anything. You can't figure it out. It doesn't work. It's broken or whatever, right? I walk around four walls and I there's no door. So I understand. And when I tested, uh, when we tested, there was issues we fixed along the way. So be great, be grateful for that. But because it would have been a whole lot worse a year ago. And but we wanted to make it better, and I wanted to add some things like the climbing the rope and the crawling and that because that's not something we get a chance to play. The sniper rifle and throwing grenades and stuff. The rocket launcher. You know, it, that's not something uh, blind people get to play. So I added those things so that we can get familiar with them. And then when I make my next game, we can go mainstream, add graphics to it, and then we're playing the same kind of game as a sighted person plays, and then we'll get recognized as long as the people in the forums behave and are not so quick in haste to complain and tear things down, but to experience and try to enjoy the creation and try to figure out how to play something without being spoon fed. Because I don't know about you, but I know a lot of visually impaired individuals and their lives aren't easy. So playing a game that is easy seems kind of ridiculous. You know, we're used to being challenged. So why, why would you want to piggyback on somebody that can walk you to the bathroom when you have your own cane? You have your own training. You know how to get to the bathroom. You know how to figure it out. You know, and that's how we live our lives as a blind person. Nothing's nothing's given to us because society doesn't bow to disabilities, and they won't. They they still treat us segregated. Look at how AI is advancing, and how many AI platforms do you know that are accessible with voiceover or uh, this format structure? Unless you know where everything's at and how it works, it's going to take you months to figure out. Where a sighted person could just touch the button, type in context box, do this, do that, push send, go on the way. Well, it's not like that for us. So I didn't want to make it easy because then it wouldn't transfer over to a mainstream type of game where a sighted person could experience the same quality just with graphics and still enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to get us recognized into mainstream gaming. And then I can quit. That's all I wanted because when audio defense was ripped from us, Papa Sangre and an iJar were taken off the App Store, I didn't want I didn't want to I don't know, I was angry and I was on the forums complaining and I remember, you know what? Nobody's going to do this if I don't, somebody has to do it. Why not me? And I had some savings and I have, a creative mind and I love the audio defense. I said, how can I make this different but the same experience? And so the Circus Master was born. And it took me months of pitching my idea all over LinkedIn. Oh, there's no market in the blind community. It's a niche market. Niche market. There's no money there. We can't help you with that. You'll just be throwing your money away. Even Marty from Blindfold Joe, you're going to be just throwing your money away. They're not gonna they're not gonna back you. And I didn't get any love from the forums when I first came out, and I got mad and I got angry and I wasn't professional because I'm one of you, you know. And for uh, for for your information, me and Brandon Cole, we weren't best friends. We barely knew each other. I think he invited me on his podcast once or twice, and it never worked out because either I was sick or he was busy uh, working on a video game. So and then people were trash talking, um, probably on both sides. I don't know why, but you know, I I always watched his videos and stuff, and I took his advice. And so when I used his name in the description, it wasn't to go F you, Brandon Cole. Like, why would I do that? No, I was thanking him because what he fought for our community, I'm still fighting for. But I'm on the other end. I just wish I had more support because this is a lot harder than I thought it would be, and it's a lot harder than you probably think it is, and it takes up a lot of time and a lot of money that I don't want to spend. But I can't take it with me when I'm gone. I might as well do something cool with it, but I don't get any thank you. And for all the people on the forums, which is there's not a bunch, there's a handful here and there who are having issues and legitimate. Some of them are legitimate, and I'm just like, why aren't you guys sending me email? When we launched Circus Master Revenge, I would get an email a day at least. I'm having issues with this. Can you help me? I'm having issues with this. Can you help me? Yeah, sure. I haven't gotten. I got 2 emails so far since the 21st of January when we launched. 2 emails in a month, but yet people all over the forums are complaining. So why would you complain if you're not going to go to the source and say, "Help me figure this out," or at least give us uh, the chance to explain? Maybe it's user error. Maybe it's not the game. That's a possibility, right? So I'm just I apologize for hyping the description, but I was excited because it's something to be excited about. You'll understand, I hope, but we'll see. This is going to be a good year. So be more supportive, not just of me or Mental Vision Games but everybody, everybody who's creating entertainment or content. I mean, Jesse Anderson isn't even getting, you know, a tenth of the views on his YouTube channel as he used to, which is which is crazy to me. I don't understand. I understand people move on to different and better, but you can go on. I don't know where is everybody going. I search everywhere for new blind uh, game content reviewers and that, and there's not really and very many new ones that I've noticed, and the new ones that do or that I have found, they only have like maybe 35 followers. Well, where is everybody? There was like tens of thousands of us, and now there's like 100. It doesn't make sense. I know COVID was a bad deal, but I think maybe people are getting abducted by aliens or something. Aliens are abducting blind people. I don't know. Where'd everybody go? There's not even that many people can to on Apple this or audiogames.net forums complaining because there's not that many of us anymore. Where did they? I think what did everybody get their eyesight back? What happened? It's weird. I don't know. It just doesn't. It does. It seems like something happened and people just disappeared everywhere. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'm done rambling. So I'll do a couple of walkthroughs on some training. But yeah, we're in the process of uh, the update, working on the update, and it's coming. So just be patient, and I know everything's not going to be fixed then, probably. Well, we are on Circus Master Revenge. I think, well, like I don't even know how many builds there were from start to finish, but there was a lot. So, but this one won't be that complicated because I don't have to facilitate how to do things on my own. So, and my writer is pretty creative, so he catches a lot of things before uh, I have a chance to complain. So he's a good guy, and he works hard, and he knows what he's doing most of the time, and he kind of had to jump in the deep end with us to figure this out because he didn't know anything about accessibility in the beginning, and Igna and myself and a couple of friends have have taught him, and so he's starting to see things, how to experience things like we do. So it's beneficial, and he's starting to understand, which is good. So uh, that's all I got for now. I hope that was beneficial, and I'll start I'll start tonight or this morning, I guess, posting some hints, some walkthroughs. I just wish I knew exactly where people were having issues, trouble getting through stuff. I know uh, training level I, which is the ninth training level, the plastic explosive placement. I know that is tricky because the instructions aren't in the beginning. So I'll do a couple and then I'll get to it. I'll start I'll start where in the beginning, and I won't make it so long and boring and whatever. I'll get to it. Okay. Ah, well, thank you guys for your support. The ones that are still trying to figure things out. I appreciate your effort and your positivity. And if you guys have any issues, you know how to get a hold of me. Let me know. I'll try to help you. Okay. God bless. Bye.